Welcome. Today I'd like to show you my 2010 SS Camaro that I think is better than a ZL1 Camaro. You might be thinking, why? How could it be better than a ZL1? Well, let me show you. First off, the paint quality on this car, it has been repainted. The decals on these originally, you probably know, just didn't hold up so awesome. And since these have been painted on, cleared over, and the rest of the car was repainted at the same time to match everything perfectly. It was then sanded and polished to, as you can see, a mere finish. That's the whole car. That's not just the fender. It is absolutely show quality. And we do have the ZL1 brakes. So if you look inside there, that caliper, the rotors, all the way around are ZL1, sitting on 22s. Car's been lowered a couple inches. The powertrain absolutely exceeds ZL1 as well, and I'll be talking to you about that, taking you for a little road test here, all in the same video. But I just want to do a walk around so you can see the quality, the workmanship that went into this custom build. Even the interior is all suede. It's been redone, and it still smells like new. I mean, this car is like a brand new 2010 Camaro. And again, the ZL1 brakes here in the back. And I'm going to keep walking around here, but you're going to continue to see that mirror everywhere we go. A lot of work, time, and money. Very expensive paint job for sure. Upwards of $20,000. Okay. You can see the stripes, how beautiful they are. A little bit bigger spoiler than what originally came on here. And I'll back up here a little bit too, but I just want to continue to show you how beautiful this ride is. I just really want to document it and have it on record. Come around the front, and then I'm going to go inside here through the driver's side and just show you a little bit about the interior. We'll come up to the hood and look under the hood, and then I'm going to take you back to the undercarriage as well before our road test here. Beautiful interior. This is all suede, just like the ZL1 would have had, but it retains the correct Super Sport throughout. A really nice shifting MGW shifter finishes it off. And some custom gauges you're going to see here too. I'll show you those in just a second. The back seat is done just the same. Even the headliner. All of it is suede. So soft. It smells still like new. We've got a boost gauge that matches everything else. We've got fuel and AFRs just to help us out to know better what we got going on. And we're going to take a look here under the hood. And I'm going to show you that in just a moment, is that's really the crown jewel. If you take a look, this is the Kenne Belle 3.6. This supercharger mammoth system is 1,200 horsepower capable. So if your friends have a Hellcat, you've got your friend with a ZL1, this will do a lot more than that. Now, it's not set up to do that right now. It is very street friendly, running on the 85 standalone fuel system. At about 12 degrees timing, it's in the mid 900s right now, which is great for the street. You'll also notice some other modifications here. It is set up to where if you wanted to, you could have a methanol water injection spraying if you're on a gas tune. The pulley on this drive right now is not fully underdriven. There's more left in this engine tune if you wanted to, but it's very street friendly, which you're about to see here. Lots and lots of time and money. Bottom end is bulletproof, blower pistons, blower cam, all the 9 yards to make this vehicle last. All right, we're going to both climb in here and we're going to go for a little drive. Take you for just a short little trip. Just enough to show you that this car is not only reliable, but also very streetable. And what I like to do is I like to key on, see fuel pressure, and then we're going to fire it, and we're up and running. Okay, so I'm going to pass the camera off here, but we are going to continue to kind of look over at the boost gauge and things like that while we're going down the road, and we'll come back and wrap things up in just a moment. While I'm driving, I'll talk to you a little bit about the powertrain. We're going to kind of keep a vision of the gauges and kind of going out the window and that kind of thing so you can see what's going on. I am going to turn off the traction control just so you can see better what's really happening as we're driving in the car. The clutch is really off or on. If you are used to driving a manual, it's fine, but it's a twin disc McLeod sitting behind this engine that really holds the horsepower. Transmission TR6060, a great Tremec. It's been modified to hold the horsepower as well. Sitting behind that, we've got a one-piece drive shaft that was custom made for this car. The original prop shafts were not really made for that much horsepower. And then the very back is a very custom high-end differential mated to some high horsepower axles. So I'll show you that here at the very end of the video on my final walkthrough as I walk around the car. But if you look out front of the car, I mean, I'm just cruising along like, you know, a nice sunny day it is. It's got race car horsepower, show car, but drivability built in too. You don't have to worry about, you know, using 2 feet to keep it running or anything like some race cars, hot rods are. Everything just works like it should. You will see I've got, looks like an airbag light on the dash. That maybe has happened when the interior was put in. I don't recall, I just have not investigated that. After a short drive here too, on the way back, I'm going to roll the windows down if you want to really hear what the engine sounds like. But you know, you can hear me pretty good, I'm assuming. And we're inside of a car that, you know, is capable of 1,200 horsepower with the right tune and the right pulley. And we're just humming along. So you can drive it to work, do your thing. It's not just a limited use vehicle. Now, I'm not going to get into anything crazy here for, you know, keeping my license purposes. But I'll give you just a little bit of an idea from second gear, you know, the way the car feels. So if you're looking at the boost gauge over here, that's ideal. I'm going to give you about 30-40% for throttle. Oh, we totally lost traction. So I didn't want to, you know, speed or anything like that. So I was 25-30% throttle at that point. Had to pull out of it for safety reasons. Probably maybe saw on the camera we're sliding around a little bit there. On the way back here, I'm going to drop the windows and we're just going to give you a nice side of vision coming out the front windshield so that you can see you know, what it looks like as we're driving down the road kind of thing. So I don't think I can really do a U-turn here today. Maybe if I get lucky I can. No, not that lucky. You know what, we might. Let's try it out. We got it. Alright, windows down. We're going to let you look out the front windshield here. First gear, second gear. I just tossed it in fourth real quick. Again, I don't want to get a ticket or anything. You get an idea that you could be driving down the highway in this car and absolutely lose traction in third gear at 65 miles an hour. So I recommend traction control. The only real, you know, reason it's not a great idea to have the traction control on is that there is a very large tensioner, holding belt tension on this engine, and it does fluctuate quite a bit when we're cutting horsepower like that, and it's hard on the drive system. So if you are light on the throttle and just cruising around, I tend to leave the traction control off, but it does work well. It'll grab the tires. Springtime in Colorado. Yeah, feel free to look at all the gauges or whatever you want to look at. I typically see if you're really into the throttle there, you know, I don't know if you can kind of angle, you can see in the boost gauge, it's really in front of the driver, but it'll make about 15 pounds. right now we're just cruising along, so we're in vacuum. And I'm not going to open it up around here. We've got civilians and people that probably know this car. So we're going to do a final walkthrough in just a minute here. Just a little throttle snap to make sure everybody knows we're in town, right? A little cackle. 3-inch exhaust all the way out the back. Makes everybody's neighbor happy. And hopefully you got the idea that I'm just cruising around, you know, driving it. It's not like I'm, you know, I got power steering and everything else. It's just a really enjoyable machine to drive. You don't have to worry about if you've had an older car with a carburetor, you know, the way it feels. I'm going to go ahead and take you on that last tour around the car, and I'll show you that differential here too. Way down under here, if I can show you, it's kind of bright out. You're going to see a lot of dollars were spent under here. And this is not an original differential of any sort. It is designed to absolutely hold the horsepower of this race car, show car, or maybe daily driver, if that's what you choose to do with it. Fun, fun. Manual transmission, only way to go. Big supercharger. I did forget to show you the odometer here. I think I'm going to crawl back in and just show you the mileage on the car here too, because I honestly don't remember exactly what it is. Let's see where we're at. Okay. $37,667. That tire monitor light did come on. I believe I've got one of the sensors that's been acting up. But I just wanted to see exactly what this is all about. And boy, it's a lot of fun to drive. You know, if you were here with me, I think you'd see that not only is it a lot of horsepower, but it is absolutely